Alright, it is 8:15, August 15th. Oh, okay, I was like, what is that? A little bit after 10 a.m. I'm going to be making breakfast for me and my girl here in a minute. I got so much sun yesterday. My shoulders actually are a little tingly. Not necessarily in a good way, but about a 16-mile walk total, because it was, getting Alex to work, 4 there, 4 back, recuperating a little bit here, and then 4 there, retrieving him, 4 back. And it never did actually rain. No, it did not. I'm going to be escorting Tiny to work tonight. I think I'm just going to camp out in the break room. I'm pretty durable, but that kicked my butt pretty good. 16 miles in the sun, basically. In the feels like 103 Florida. I did it, but it hurt. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna camp out there for a bit, and then when he's done with his shift, we'll do the reverse mosey. Be alright. Between writing and also my Disney app on my phone, which I've told you before, it's a thing. They're starting a 101 Dalmatians mini event today, where I guess new characters. My older came in to get coffee, so I paused the video. Just the whole, not trying to put my boys on YouTube and all that unless they want to be. But, oh yeah. So, new Disney event and new characters being released are Roger and Anita and Freckles. So, I'm not totally sure what the event's going to entail, so I'm sure that'll keep me busy at least for a few minutes. It's a thing. But yeah, I don't know that I want to walk 4, 4, 4, and 4. I think I'll just walk 4 and 4. It may or may not, Weather Channel, it may or may not be coming down buckets on the way in. It seems to think that it's going to be rainy from like 3 to 6 p.m., but it's been wrong a lot, so I don't know. Listen to some interesting highlights, if you want to call it that. Usually the word highlight, it has a nuance of, there's just that English major thing. A highlight is usually, from a nuancy standpoint, a bright and exciting moment in something, or a special feature that's extraordinary, that's really worth mentioning. But I listened to some highlights from the Musk-Trump discussion. There was a distinct lisp in Trump's vocal patterns, and I'm not judging exactly. I don't know if that was cognitive decline, or if and here's why I bring this up. I'm wondering if he has a denture issue, because that's what it sounded like to me. The consistency of it and whatnot, it didn't sound like cognitive, it sounded like a denture issue. And the reason that to me is significant and annoying is, when he was president, that was one of the things that his doctor and resident drug dealer, Ronnie Jackson, had been asked or whatnot, but he had put in his review of the big orange guy's health report, that he was in perfect shape, he could live to be 200, he had all of his real teeth and there were no issues there. And I was pretty sure that was probably a lie. And the part that annoys me is the fakeness, I think. You know, the importance of brand to the point of just being downright deceitful to everyone around him. Because you're not the epitome of, you know, Olympian physique. You're not. You're an old guy with a big gut, a big butt, probably got teeth issues, your hair comb over is ridiculous. Just be who you are, man. This image brand thing that you got going on, it just makes me want to throw up. It's one of the things that I love about Biden is he's real. He's real. You know, is he having problems? Yeah, I think he is. I think he did try and hide that a little bit. But I know another guy that similar age bracket also trying to hide that. So I get it. It hits home. It hits real close to home for me. But at the end of the day, I think he's a good man who was trying to make a difference, as opposed to the self-serving megalomaniac. But one thing that, God, to me this was funny. So I get emails from basically every camp: Democrat, progressive, liberal, Republican, all of it. And I got an email, and I know this isn't a personal email from it. I know it's a blast email, but it was from Laura Trump, or Lara Trump. I don't know. I would think Laura would need a U. But the first header, I didn't even click on it just because I, again, kind of threw open my mouth and chuckled at the same time. The header, the part you can read, you know, when you're just looking at your scrolled email, said, imagine listening in on a conversation with two of the greatest minds of the century, or something like that. And I was just, are you kidding me right now? Are we talking about the same conversation? And, you know, they were trying to promote the Musk Trump thing. I'm just like, two of the greatest minds of okay. That Kool-Aid's really good, isn't it? It's mango flavored. Yep. Y'all are great. But yeah, no, I didn't know what to do with that one. Two of the greatest minds of, do you know how ludicrous that sounds, or do you actually believe that? Asking for a friend. As far as symptoms and all that, you know, sometimes I know I sound like I'm breathy, whatnot. Bear in mind, I'm leaning over and kind of scrunched. It's not my typical state of being, but one of the primary symptoms of emphysema is SOB, which does not mean what SOB usually meant in the 70s. He's a real SOB. Shortness of breath. That's one of the things that comes up all the time. Not having chest pains. Despite the walk yesterday, I was as winded, I think, as any other person would be walking, you know, for 4 miles in the hot sun. And going there the first time I had my pack, which is probably 10 pounds. It's not like crazy heavy. I call it my purse. And on the way back, I was carrying probably 50, 60 pounds of groceries and whatnot between my backpack and the bag in my arms. So, you know, that was, I think I made the comment that I was at medium encumbrance. It's pretty much what it felt like. I would not have wanted to go into combat. That, and I had eggs. It's a terrible idea. But yeah. So that, and again, I didn't get home and like hands on my knees, anything like that. And that typically, I would think, hey, I live near the airport. That would typically, I think, be a sign that I was like in moderate or severe emphysema, COPD. I definitely think I still got to get into the pulmonologist. I still think I'm like stage 1, mild, whatever. And again, my doc only like 1 out of 3 times listening to me went, "You have a little wheeze." So I don't think it's as bad as all that. I still got to not be stupid, but I'm from a psychological standpoint, I'm still coming to terms with the idea that I've been diagnosed with a terminal disease, basically. But I'm starting to adjust, come to grips with it, which is a hard place to be, quite frankly. And I don't want to say that I'm at peace with it, because I don't want to give the impression that I'm like, hey, yeah, cool, no problem. But I think I'm beginning to understand that I'm going to be okay if I'm not dumb. So, yeah. I hope. I think. I'm still figuring this out too. The kitchen's a parade site. Tex had to get some stuff for Sammy, food and water and all that. Fill the bowls. But it's becoming a hub of activity, so I'm going to sign off here. Make it a great day.